Kpro cow powwow. Kpro cow powwow wow. It's the Kpro cow powwow. Wow, powwow. They wanna find the treasure, they wanna find it now. They are Kpro and they are cow. They're going over it and over it and over it again. This treasure hunt created by Forrest Fenn. Sing it! Kpro cow powwow. Kpro cow powwow wow. It's the Kpro cow powwow.
All right, everybody. We are here to talk about a new treasure hunt. And to jump right into it, let's do this. Okay, Vegas Die. Vegas Die was 12 years ago. That's, if you guys have watched the vlog, that's the treasure hunt I've talked about that really got me into treasure hunting. I'd worked on the David Blaine one a little bit, but when I realized that was in California and I was in Michigan, gave up. But Vegas Die happened right when I moved to Vegas 12 years ago, and it was in the city I lived. So I spent a lot of time, as I know some of the people that are probably watching spent a lot of time on it as well. So I just want to remind everybody to thumbs up the video, super chat's on if you got a question that has to be answered. And how are you, Kpro, before we jump into Vegas Die?
I'm good. I'm back in, settled in, and excited on this hunt.
Okay. So to prove to you guys, or maybe to show you a little bit of Vegas Die, check this out. Let's go in the time machine back 12 years ago. Where are we at here?
Dave, somewhere right now in fabulous Las Vegas is a fabulous prize. This treasure hunt may take you down to the Strip, even over to the airport area. All of these clues are mentioned in this new book, Vegas Die. This is Las Vegas, a 24-hour, fast-paced town with an anything-goes attitude. We attract mobsters, card counters, strippers, and that's all in the plot of a new mystery novel, Vegas Die, by local author Stephen Grogan.
A retired mobster is found dead in the mayor's car, and it takes off from that.
Grogan didn't want to write a mystery with a normal whodunit ending. Buried within the pages of Vegas Die are clues that point readers to a $25,000 silver dagger hidden somewhere in the Las Vegas area.
But I'm the only one who knows.
Who knows where it is?
Where it is.
The only one?
Only one.
Publisher doesn't know?
The publisher doesn't know.
Your wife doesn't know?
The wife doesn't know.
Chapter 1 starts with a flashback. Here at this intersection, Charleston and Eastern, armed robbers hold up a jewelry store here. This is just one of many locations you may recognize throughout the book.
I think maybe there's a possible code within these playing card symbols.
Michael Cowling spends his weekends looking for the dagger.
I've read the book 3 times. I've taken about 4 pages of notes so far.
He's trying to break the code.
Yeah, I would like to find it. I mean, everybody would like 25 grand. There is a picture of the Sands, which is where the Venetian is now, which is how I think the Venetian ties in.
Only Grogan knows the truth, and he's not saying much.
It's not in anyone's private residence, private front yard or backyard. You're going to have to read the book.
Cowling's done that. For now, he's off again somewhere to solve the puzzle.
Okay, so that, as you could tell right here, you could probably tell, that was 12 years ago. And I spent a lot of time on the hunt. If I would have known now, I was just getting into treasure hunting. Cowlazars wasn't even a thought back then. If I would have known now what I know then, I think Ramona, Kathy, and myself, if you're watching, I think we would have solved it. We would have found it. That was 12 years ago. That treasure hunt lasted 3 years and nobody found the treasure. So that $25,000 went unclaimed. And then if we go back, I might as well show you the other one. If we go back to 11 years ago, let me see where we're at here. There's one more we can show. Here we go.
A prize worth $25,000 is hidden somewhere in Las Vegas and has been now for a year. The mystery thriller Vegas Die holds clues to this treasure hunt, and tonight for the first time, the novel's author is revealing a new clue. Eyewitness News reporter Aaron Drawhorn first reported on the story.
These clues dagger is the showmanship. In the book, someone is killing the old mobsters of Sin City, and the mayor is the #1 suspect.
So we keep saying nothing seems as it is.
Stephen Grogan is the author of Vegas Die. He hid a dagger that may or may not look like this one.
Where, I can't tell.
Vegas Die is quintessential Las Vegas.
What I've done well is not tell very much about anything, about the dagger or how deep it's buried or if it's buried at all.
I've been out looking for the dagger for about a year now.
Mike Cowling has read the crime thriller 4 times. He's tried to solve the codes found within the pages of Vegas Die, but so far, he hasn't found the hidden treasure.
There's been a lot of different ideas. Maybe a postcard. Some people think maybe it could be a casino chip.
I walk a million miles.
One reader guessed the dagger is a symbol for comedian Jerry Lewis. Another thought turning an aerial map of Las Vegas upside down had the answer. A worker on the Strip searched 2,000 hotel rooms. Even a cryptologist hasn't broken the code.
And there's a lot of frustration when you've been trying to find this thing for over a year.
And so Cowling's quest across the city continues as Grogan prepares his sequel. The only clue he's offering up now, where not to go.
It's not hidden in any casino on the Strip. That's the hint I'm dropping. That will narrow the search.
So it's not on the Strip. Grogan says that
It's not on the Strip. Okay, so that was 11, 12 years ago. So fast forward to today. What is going on today? The book Vegas Die is going to be published once again. The clues in the book and some other things will be changed in the book, and there will be a brand new treasure hunt. And there it is. Kpro has a brand new.
And I have an autographed copy.
So for those of you who are in Vegas or who own the book, you've got a leg up, because if you have the original book and then you get the new book when it comes out, you can compare the two and you can see what Grogan changed and what these new clues are to a new treasure. What do you think of the idea, Kpro?
I think it's interesting. So one of the biggest issues right now is some of these new treasure hunts are not out. So though Vegas Die, so let's be clear, there's Vegas Die, what we call 1.0.
Right.
If you go up on Google, you will see a different cover, but it's called Vegas Die, and there's like 3 dice coming out, and that's Vegas Die, what we call 2.0. Vegas Die 2.0 isn't coming out for about a month. But we have a bunch of copies of these because we went and bought some up, and we'll get them to you guys. And we're starting on this hunt, meaning there is a book. It's a little bit longer than I usually like because the longer books are not my favorite. But Mike assures me, I would just read the first couple chapters. It's going to be a well-written book because much like the Douglas Preston type, this guy is actually a novelist, a writer who happens to now dabble in treasure hunting. He's not a treasure hunter that is trying to write a book. So his book is going to be really good. So we're able to dive into this starting immediately. because by the time the 2.0 books are out, somebody might get them before others, before they're on the market. Someone might
Well,
have negotiated getting them for
look
a
right
better
there.
price.
I've got a couple right here on the bookshelf. So here's the deal, guys. The new book, Vegas Die 2.0, it will not be out till I believe September 1. But me and Kpro have a bunch of the 1.0 books. And if you guys would like to buy the 1.0 books, at least you could read it, understand the book, understand the story. And what we're going to do in videos, me and Kpro, is we're going to go through the solution. And Kathy and Ramona, you're welcome to come on because I know you two were a big part of it. You guys know Ramona from the forums. She was a longtime forest fence searcher. Kathy, a little bit. Kathy's done some of the meetups and everything, right? I just don't know how much you posted for the forest fence people would know you, Kathy. That's all. And we will go over the solution that was done in the first book. The first book, it was not found. So it was a dagger. So I'll just give you a brief synopsis. The dagger that's on the cover, and I guess I should have grabbed the book, huh? Yeah, that dagger is what everybody was looking for. The author hid a dagger somewhere in the Las Vegas Valley. And as you could see in that 1-year anniversary clip, I said, some people think maybe it's a postcard or a casino chip. What it ended up being was a bookmark. What we were looking for was a bookmark, and it was in the Clark County Public Library that I lived about a mile from at the time. I did put the clues together that the library was involved. I worked second shift. I remember sitting in front of that library at 1 o'clock in the morning, looking at it going, how could they put a dagger in the library? I still had it in my mind that it was a real dagger. It was a twist at the end. It was a bookmark of the dagger. Okay. But
Oh, it's
now,
Kathy. Kathy's in the
yeah,
room.
she's in the chat. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
very cool.
How are you, Kathy? She actually recently sent me some notes and stuff because I had reached out to her to say, do you still have that stuff? I don't have any of my original stuff. I wish I did. I know all the people, because there was a lot of people. I don't know how many copies of the book he sold back then, but there were a lot of people that worked on it. There was a forum. We used to do meetups at Starbucks around the valley. The author would show up. It was a lot of fun. And we were so close, but so far. Ramona, you guys know Ramona, she actually found the painting that we were supposed to be looking for in the art book in the library. But anyway, that was 1.0. What we're talking about tonight is Vegas Die 2.0, what we call 2.0. So the book will be published by a new publisher. Stephen Grogan is going to change certain things in the book. We have no idea what he's going to change. Me and Kpro are looking for it like everybody else. What Stephen calls this book is a quest mystery, and he calls the people that are looking for it questers, which I think is a really cool idea. So me and Kpro are questers, just like all of you are. We've just decided to make some videos on the original book solution. And when the new book comes out, we'll get together and we'll talk, just like we do with Beacon Star. And it just so happens that the Thrill of the Chase ended a week and a half ago, because this book was already planned to come out. It just so happens that that one ended, and now we're all looking for something else to do. And who doesn't want an excuse to come to Vegas? It's kind of like the comeback after the pandemic and everything that happened to get to Vegas toward the end of the year and look for this thing. And and I'm going to show you what it is we're looking for, and we're going to talk about the prize for the new treasure hunt here in a minute. But
yeah, because it's not out yet, but Stephen has allowed us to put it out today. So this is the rollout of it. But before we get in, people are already saying, where do I buy? Where do I buy? Hold on a second. So we'll go over that in a minute. 1.0 books, 2.0 books, because we're going to start jumping into 1.0 books. But somebody said, oh, I totally had it solved, but I wasn't in the area. Well, the cool part is Mike is in the area. I hope to be in the area, but Mike's definitely in the area. I'm not saying that Mike would go out on everyone. It's going to be up to him, but he is, if you trust him, and there is a trust factor, like the Theodosia one right now, I'm willing to go out for some people. Mike would be willing to kind of be your boots on the ground arm because he lives in Vegas. So this would be a cool one for us to kind of tackle together. We're going to start to do weekly shows. I don't know if it's going to be Monday or Thursday. Thursday show, we're going to go over all the different hunts, pros and cons of each hunt, and we will discuss which ones we're going to pick. This one is a definite. This is going to be our weekly show.
The city that we live in, eventually it'll be it's the city that we live in. You know, we're going to be all over this one trying to find it. It's really cool how we have the preliminary details, which we will give you here pretty soon. And somebody wanted to know, was it found? It was not found. It went for 3 years. And I remember there was an end date that Stephen picked. And then Ramona, Kathy, a couple other people used to get into a chat, and we were all like, we got to figure this out. We know we're close. And Ramona actually found the painting. It was a bathtub, death by dagger. Think of like Caesar, death by dagger. And she actually said, well, maybe this got something to do with it. And I didn't put it together. Like, oh, we're supposed to look for that in an art book in the library. So anyway.
Yeah, well, and Rooster says I will go if Mike can't because I'm willing to go and dig. This is the cool part. I think between Ramona, Kathy, Mike, Rooster, and there's 4 or 5 others that Ramona's here. Hello, hello.
Hey,
That it's going to be kind of a fun. It's almost like a reunion, even though there's some new people. When you have the reunion of all like the originals and then a few new nutballs, I think it's going to be fun, and we'll figure out kind of how. But we still have a lot to talk about the price pools and things. But I want to ask Mike as a new person. Oh, that's Jackson.
$2.
Hold on. I want to talk a little bit tell us about this particular hunt and Ramona, Kathy, you guys are both in the chat. What does this look like as a hunt? I can tell you Beacon Star was not something that I'm going to deep dive into because it's very cipher based. It's very codes and ciphers. Tell us a little bit about, so there's things trickled out in the book. Now this is all, it pretty much looks like all words. There's not illustrations, but except for in the back. So tell us a little bit about the solution was put out, but now the solution's disappeared off the website, but
we can get it. Like I asked Kathy recently to send it to me. So we will go over the solution. And just a couple questions before I forget. People are like, so is the story the same, but just the clues are going to change? We don't know. We do not know what Stephen is going to change for the new publishing of the book. That's part of the mystery. We want to get our hands on that new book right away to try and figure out. And I've already read the original Vegas Die 1.0. I read it just about a month ago to refamiliarize myself with it. And then some of the other question is now Chasing Indy says, is this hunt a partial scavenger hunt? I don't know what you mean by partial scavenger hunt. It does require boots on the ground. I don't know if Stephen is going to do mini hunts. Kathy and Ramona, remember that as time went by, he did these mini hunts around Vegas where you could win $500, a couple $100. Those were the daggers that were spray painted. You remember? He may do something like that again. We have given Stephen some ideas for the new treasure hunt, but we have no idea what he's going to do. We have no idea what's going to be in the new book. And we wanted to separate ourselves from it so that we could participate, because that's what we do. We bring the info to you guys about new treasure hunts, but we want to find it. We want to be in there with you. If I knew what the solution was or what the clues was, I'd have to sit here on my hands and not be able to say anything. So I didn't want to do that.
And we did have some discussion with Stephen of like, what does this partnership look like? Because really the partnership is we're going to get some of the books and at a discount, and we are going to try to have Stephen on. I've already put a sub forum on Thor. That's a technical term, that's it. That's as much as we know. He hasn't given us hints and clues or anything else. He has just let us know the timing and things. And so we feel like it's kind of like Forrest. We feel like we have a connection to him to ask questions, maybe have him on the show, but this is kind of ours to own as searchers or questers or whatever we want to call it.
So we do have some of the Vegas Die 1.0 books, and we are able to sell those today. If you guys want to pay for them today, as soon as I get my hands on them, I will ship them to you. And that low price is Kpro for Vegas Die 1.0.
I think we said $20,
20
right?
bucks. Yeah, it's $20.
Now
I know maybe Kathy and Ramona are going, but the listing price of the book is $16.95. That's true, but the book is out of print. They are not republishing the original book. They are publishing the Vegas Die 2.0 with a brand new publisher. The Vegas Die 1.0 book is done. You can try and find them in used bookstores. You can try and find them online. We figured $20 was about a good
and somebody might have gone around to the bookstores all over Vegas.
Up some of them, so we can have them available to you guys.
But
it's
I said
limited though, so if you need it, you need to get it in.
Kathy had said, but I have 2 of these already on Facebook. And I thought I wanted to wait for here. You could sell one and then buy the other, because the new book, the 2.0 is only going to be, we are going to get it for 25. We are going to sell it for $24.99. It's going to go up on Barnes and Noble at $34.99. We're undercutting them. So it's basically trade 1 for 1. But there was a couple of questions before we go on, and then we'll circle back. Do we have to wait till September? No, here is what we're going to do. 1.0 books, you can see this is a pretty big book. This is going to take us probably a month or 2 to get everyone that wants to be up to speed. Then we're getting 2.0 books early and shipped out to you all. It looks like we're going to get them 2 weeks before Barnes and Noble,
which is
going
awesome.
to get them. And we will get them out to everyone that wants one, we're going to do a pre-order, $24.95 plus whatever media mail is. And if you're local, we'll drop it off to you or pick up, or Mike does all that stuff. But right when 2.0 hits, we have a 2-week jump on anybody else that's in Vegas, anybody getting it from Barnes and Noble, etc. So that's going to be August, September timeframe. I think we're getting them sometime in August. So we will have them available to you. So
successful.
The tagger will be accessible. It brings back so many memories because we spent so much time on this thing. This is the Barnes and Noble website. Not to interrupt you, Kpro. This is the Barnes and Noble website. This is the new cover of the new book, SP Grogan, Vegas Die, A Quest Murder Mystery, $34.99. It is a hardback book, everybody. It's a hardcover book. These are pre-orders. This says August 15th. We will also have the books available August 15th. We've heard that it may not come out till September 1st. We'll have to wait and find out. As soon as we get them, for those that have pre-ordered from us, I will get them in the mail to you guys. So it is a hardcover book. As far as we know, the story is the same. It's just the clues that are changing. I wouldn't put it past Mr. Grogan to switch it up, maybe add a new chapter to throw us off. You know, it's not going to be a and the hardest part of Vegas Die, and Kathy and Ramona can attest to this, is that when you read it, you don't know what's a clue. Other than that napkin code that was in the back of the book, there's nothing that's a, you know, this is a clue. It's kind of like, think of it as a thrill of the chase where you're looking for the subtle hints. You have to read it and you decide what's a clue. You decide what seems a little out of the ordinary. I just remember sitting in front of that darn library going, how could a dagger be in there? Well, it could be in there if it was a bookmark. If I only knew now what I knew then, I wish we would have found it, Kathy and Ramona.
Okay. JBR Princess, I'm in. Sign me up for the pre-order. I'm picking it up on day one. Super chat. Where do I send the 20 for 1.0?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, hold on a second, guys. We're excited
$20 for 1.0. It is limited. It's going to be first come, first serve, and it is our PayPal account, which I will put in the chat. I don't know what shipping is going to be yet, guys. It's $20, but you're also going to have to pay for shipping. Media mail is pretty cheap. I'm going to assume it's $4, but I have to get an envelope or something to put it in, a padded manila thing. So let's just call it $5. I don't know yet. If you guys,
it's going to be a couple, but it's going to be whatever actual shipping is.
Yeah, and, but in order for them to send the money now, I got to know where they're at.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So I don't know if we just want to do a flat $5 and say it's $25 if you want to order it now.
Let's do a flat $5 just because people want to order now.
I got to buy the manila envelope and then I've got to mail it to you, that type thing.
Yeah. So let's just say 25 even. That includes the shipping.
Yes.
So
inside the US. If you're outside the US, just let me know and we'll work it out for sure.
Yeah. And we are going to sell them until we don't have any more. And I think we will have a point that we don't have any more. They're still available on like Amazon and places like that, but they're pretty expensive. The ones that
they're
we tried
over
to get.
$20. Yeah, they're over $20.
So we tried to nap up as a few. We have enough that we could get a really good base of people. There were, I think, 15,000 of these sold. So if you find anywhere that has them, great.
Yeah.
Anyone that has them sitting around, great.
And used bookstores, you guys scour libraries, scour the used bookstores. Maybe you can find one. Anybody in person here in Vegas, of course, it's just $20 and I will give you the book. I can meet you in person. I can do that as soon as tomorrow for the ones that I have. I'm waiting on some other ones to come in. So that's Vegas Die 1.0. Let's get it. Let's read it. Let's go over the solution from back then. But I think Steven's smart. I think he's going to switch it up and flip the script, so to speak. Okay, let's talk about Vegas Die 2.0.
Wait. Can we stay on 1.0 for just a second?
Yeah, sure.
One of the things when you say he'll switch it up, I think this is where we get to know the man, if you will, where we'll understand his kind of thought processes. I would like to know from you, and I'm assuming Kathy and Ramona hopefully will be a part of it too, the three of you, the first time that this went. We're also looking at maybe doing some events and some of those types of things. One thing that William brought up is, how do we team up? Especially after the whole lessons learned of so many people suing and this and that. I don't think we'll have that same issue because we're not looking at the same kind of prize pot or prize pool, but Mike holds a weekly Beacon Star private Zoom that has, I don't know, 6 to 8 people in it. And they have worked that out. So maybe Mike, you want to talk to that? Like, I don't think we're going to have anything formal. We're going to discuss it. If you want us to go out, we kind of negotiate a deal, if you will, or
it just depends, because we don't know what the new book is, how the clues are going to be. I mean, somebody could say, hey, Mike, I'm wondering what's in this park. Can you just, I don't know how it would work out. All I can say is email me and Kpro. You guys know us. If we say we'll go look or do something for you guys, we will. I mean, it's kind of that.
Holly asked, what's the name of the mayor? It's the famous one that was just an Anderson Cooper. What's the last name of
No,
the mayor?
Mayor Goodfella is the mayor in the book. It's based off of Mayor Goodman, but the name was changed. It's Mayor Goodfella is the nickname in the book. It's the mob mayor. The book, just to give you guys a quick synopsis, the book is about some of the old time mobsters of Las Vegas are being killed. And one of the mobsters is found in the mayor's trunk. So now the mayor's a suspect, and the book is about a person named Mr. Owen McCombs. He becomes the number one suspect along with the mayor. I like the book just as a book. It's a little bit long. There was, I will say, there were playing card suits. If you want to open it up to one of the chapters that have playing card suits, and that is a code. That is one cipher that was in the book, and I think we cracked it back then. There might have been.
Are you talking this at the bottom?
Yes, those are a code or a cipher of a type. And we'll go over all that as we make videos and everybody gets their 1.0 books. We will make that for sure. We will talk about it for sure.
People have already started sending their.
And I will get them out in the mail as soon as I can. 3D Bronze says, spoiler alert. But again, I have no idea what the new book. Nobody knows.
Oh, they're all throughout.
Thank you for that super chat, 3D Bronze.
Yeah, is it cheating? We've already told Steven what we're going to be doing. So is it cheating? No, people did this in the Forest Fen hunt. I don't know. That's what I took by spoiler. Like some people are like, oh, you're going over stuff that's no longer accessible. Right. And we're giving it to everybody. So
yeah, we're going to make videos on it, guys. We're going to let it. And then we got another super chat from Noel. Says, I've pre-ordered. Thank you. Thank you very much. As soon as I get books and I have maybe 3 on the shelf right here, I will get them in the mail, guys. And then Kathy was saying we cracked that early. I just wish I knew everybody from back then. I lost all the emails. I lost all the contacts. But let's talk about 2.0. Let's talk about the new treasure hunt. So everybody, there's Vegas Die 1.0. If you want it, we will sell them until we run out. And then people are going to have to look for them online. They're out there. I mean, he sold like, I don't know, 15 or 20,000 books. So they're out there somewhere. We just got to find them. Was Steven a Fen fan? I don't think he was into treasure hunts. He knew of it. And when I emailed him and said, the Forest Fen treasure hunt just got ended. This is going to be huge for your book. He got excited, I think. So he's hoping, of course.
I think he's heard of it. I don't think he knew enough about it. Like we did talk about some of the issues that we did Zoom with him a couple of times and let him know, like, are you going to be interacting with searchers? And he's not. Is he going to be putting out, like, you don't have to break a law, you don't have to do, he is going to be putting some of the things. I think we have some good lessons learned with the Forest Fen hunt. If it's found, are you actually going to reveal, like, all of those things that I think are a good lessons learned.
All right, let's be very clear. The other thing is Steven said by mid-July, he will have all the details on his website. So as soon as that is up, we will make a video and, of course, show you guys. Let's talk about Vegas Die 2.0, and that is the prize. This is what we're all looking for. Let me show it. And I think this is pretty cool itself. So you can get it on Barnes & Noble for $35, the new one. You can also pre-order. Well, actually, let's talk about that first. Tell them
you can get it more expensive and later from Barnes & Noble, or you can get it from us. Pre-order. We said $24.95 plus shipping.
And the shipping will be $5. So you can get it from us. You're pre-ordering. As soon as I get the books from Steven, we will mail them to you. This is Vegas Die 2.0. If you want, for the people that already ordered, if you want to order both books, if you want to say, I want to prepay for Vegas Die 1.0 and Vegas Die 2.0, and there's Eric. How much did we say that was? Now I can't remember. 43?
Yeah, I thought we said 43 plus shipping.
Taking $2 off. That's all.
But it'll be 50 total because it's going to be more to ship, right? We're going to do in this up, guys.
That's what I got to figure out. What's up, buddy?
Okay.
Did you like the movie?
Yeah, is only Christy on?
No, look, all these people are watching right now. So say hi to everybody.
Hi.
I'm saying it's Christy.
Yeah.
The only one on Zoom.
Yes, the only one on Zoom. How does he know what Zoom is? Okay, yeah, you're right. He's
smart.
Chris has it to do his work.
Mm-hmm. I do have to do it for work. That's right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and tell them what the 2-book combo is.
So you get the 1 point. So we're going to take the 1 and 2 if you want them both together. I think we're going to need to do shipping separate because we're going to want 1.0 out right away.
Yeah, it will be separate, won't it? Because I'm going to send 1.0 as soon as I get it, and then you will get 2.0 as soon as I get it, which will be about the middle of August. So, yeah, we'll figure that out, I guess.
Okay.
Just get 1.0 out of the way for now. Yeah. And then here is what everybody we're going to be looking for in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah, the price. Yeah.
not the prize. This is what you would call a proxy item, I guess.
Yeah,
So this says, let me zoom in. This is a pieces of 8 Spanish coin for all you Spanish people, treasure seekers out there. This is the actual coin that will be hidden somewhere in the Vegas Valley that we're looking for. And this is like a certificate of authenticity, I guess. El Salvador, San Jose.
San Jose.
Salvador San Jose was a Spanish merchantman sailing from Lima, Peru to Cowlazars, Ecuador in August 1680 when she struck the rocky sandbank called El Burro, adjacent to the island of Santa Clara, 20 miles off the coast of Ecuador. She sank very quickly, scattering her cargo across the reefs, including a shipment of 100,000 pesos in silver cobs from the Potosi Mint. In 1997, salvage divers located the scatter pattern of the wreck site, recovering a number of the silver coins from potholes and fissures in the reefs. The coin accompanying this certificate is one of the coins recovered during that salvage operation. So the denomination is an 8 real. The date is 1679. I don't know what a say or C means. The mint is Potosi, and the person that recovered it signed it, the salvager. It's from 1997. But just to have a coin from a shipwreck 1680 would be pretty awesome. This is what we're looking for in the Vegas Valley. When you find that, the first person to find that, you turn that in to Mr. Stephen Grogan, and you will get a cash prize of $2,500, not $25,000. It's a different economy, everybody, from than it was 12 years ago. $2,500
Well,
with the
and 2,500
and there will be a percentage of each book that goes to the prize pool. I don't know the exact percentage yet. Let's say it's probably going to be under 50 cents is what I've heard per book.
Right, but if you're selling 10 to 15,000 books, that's going to put
could be huge. Yeah.
Right.
Could be huge. But I just don't want people to get confused. It is not $25,000 like it was 12 years ago. It's $2,500 to start. There will be so much from each book sold that goes to the prize pool. We'll get updates from Stephen on that. Yeah, I'm going to ask him that, Evan, because what he told me is you turn it in and you get the money, but I would want the coin. I mean, for my treasure hunting bookshelf right here, I want a shipwreck coin. So let's talk to him. I think we might be able to talk him into that. I don't know for sure, though, if he will let us keep the coin. Why wouldn't he, though? Who wouldn't want a keepsake of what you found? So.
Well, and I wondered, is there actual like hints in what you just read, even though you did the blah, 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 blah at the one part? Well, I think it's going to be, these are questions we're hoping to have him once he gets through getting everything up. I think we'll get an exclusive interview with him, and we're going to ask him these tons of questions. And he's a straight shooter, it seems, from all the discussions that we've had.
Evan Hartman just said the coin is $1,500 on eBay. Oh, wow. I had no idea if that coin was like worth anything or not. All I know is you turn it in and the prize is $2,500 plus the book sales. So I will get a clarification from Stephen, hopefully in the next week or two, if we can keep the coin, because that would be awesome if it's the money plus you get to keep the coin.
Okay, so 1.0 is $25, 2.0 is $30. You can pre-order the 2.0. We get it 2 weeks beforehand. We will be doing shows. I bet you we go daily on shows until we figure out, and because we will have it before any of the others will have it. By we think about 2 weeks time. But all the
go ahead.
All the 1.0 books we have will go in order of when Mike receives them into PayPal. Do they need to follow up with an email, or is PayPal?
No,
I don't know how PayPal
when you
works.
pay on PayPal, please email me at cowlazars@gmail.com, the address you want the book shipped to. That way there's no problem. Sometimes people pay on PayPal, but that account doesn't match their email address. Make sure you email me and say, I paid with this PayPal account. This is the address I want the book shipped to. Please.
Oh, here's William the Treasure Hunter. What stops someone from buying the coin on eBay and turning that in?
Well, I'm sure it's not the coin laying out there like a bottle cap. I'm sure it's going to be with something that you have to turn in.
Yeah, like a code or something.
Not just the naked coin. There'll be something.
The naked coin.
Naked coin. It sounds like a good treasure hunt.
Hashtag naked coin.
Kathy asked, where'd you get that certificate? Stephen emailed that to me. I said, Stephen, people are going to want to see what they're looking for. Stephen could have just said there's a proxy item and you have to find it, but we want to know what we're looking for. And that he made it a Real 8. Is that what it's called? Pieces of 8. That's pretty cool. So, and hopefully we can keep it. There were a couple other questions. Now, somebody said, oh, I'm disappointed. We went from $1 million treasure to a $2,500 treasure. Yeah, that's true. But the $1 million treasure is over, everybody. And in this economy, in today's day and age, $2,500 is $2,500. $2,500. So
Well,
I'm
and it's
confident-
$2,500 plus.
What's up,
If
buddy?
he puts in, if he sells 10,000 books, which he sold a lot more than that last time, so that would be 5,000 extra dollars. So I'm not saying it's 2,500. I'm going to say it's 25 plus.
Well, Jack, it wasn't he took money back. That was his money to begin with. He did a contest. Nobody found it. The contest ended. This is 12 years later. Things change in 12 years. But I'm not going to sneeze at $2,500.
It's not
Plus,
$2,500.
well, it is as of today. It's $2,500. What will it be 6 years or a month or a year from now? I hope.
Mike
it's
and his marketing. It's $2,500. It's $2,500 plus.
But just think if this treasure hunt has not been solved and is still going on in January for the World Series of Fen, even another reason for people to come out here to Vegas, and we can all scour the parks or wherever we think this thing is. Somebody asked, is it Las Vegas or Clark County? It's anywhere in the Las Vegas Valley. I don't know if in the terms and rules that he's going to put up, will it say exactly, but Las Vegas Valley means anywhere to me.
Yeah, people are saying if you hold it, if we find that proxy item, we will be showing that before. So yeah, I like how Evan says at least $2,500.
Yeah,
I think it'll be at the end of the day. My guess would be it's going to be around 8,000 to 10,000. So that's going to be super fun.
Lisa Smith says, how many 1.0s do you have? We have around 20 copies of Vegas Die 1.0, just 20 books. That's it. I will try and find more, but as of right now, and the majority of those books are still being shipped to me. I don't have them yet. If you prepay, as soon as I get them, I send them to the people that have paid in the order they pay. So.
A couple of other things. So somebody said, I tried to register on your forum. Please advise when they're going to get on. I check it every day and I clear everybody. It is not a Fen forum. It's called the Hint of Riches, which you want the Hint of Riches on all treasure hunts.
There you go.
There is a Vegas Die subforum. There is now a secret subforum. There was already an H subforum or a Treasure Man subforum. Those are starting to get populated and people are starting to talk about them. Somebody asked how invested are we with the author? We've bought some books on our own 1.0s. That's it. We're not going to be out anything on the pre-orders. If you pre-order with us, that's going to go to the publisher and we're just getting it out early. So we're not invested in anything any more than when we buy Fandango or when we buy any of those books behind Mike that he has purchased.
Yeah.
We have purchased a few others.
Shelf. This shelf is all the treasure hunting books. These are all this shelf right here. Yeah. They're all treasure hunting books, including Vegas Die.
Which we did buy a few extra 1.0s because this is the one for us. We kind of want to take off. We want one that's going to take off and get we're not going to have 500,000 people, which I don't think Forest Fen's one had that many, but we want a Fen forum. Jack, there is a Forest Fen forum and there's lots of discussion on it. And so that is actually the main forum on the Hint of Riches website. And it has been renamed. We had the Forest Fen Grand Adventure. We now have the Cowlazars and Kpro Grand Adventure. Same group, but we're kind of pivoting, as AGK would say. We're still going to discuss everything Forest Fen that comes out, but we are not going to discuss just things Forest Fen that when Forest Fen has not put any words out. So
the other thing, as Steven said, there may be some kind of a mini treasure hunt to do with Vegas 1.0. I'm reading his email right now, but there's no specifics on that and there's details to come. So, take that for what it's worth. But for everybody that has 1.0 that already had it before, that would be awesome if he could do something related to 1.0.
And
especially
I think it would be fun.
Worked on it.
I think it'd be fun to do some meetups and all of that. So
remember, the new book is a hardback. The 1.0 is a softback, like a paperback, although it's pretty thick. If you want to show it again, Kpro. Also, he wanted to remind us that there is a thriller book called With Revenge Comes Terror, and he released this as a free book, an ebook. So if you guys look up With Revenge Comes Terror by Stephen Grogan, that is a free book that you can download and read, just so you know.
Yep.
I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. That's all. Go ahead.
Yes. Blazer just said we need Fen to rehide. I guarantee that's not going to happen. He told me, and actually during the interview, he wouldn't have done the first one again. Now knowing everything he knows now with all the crazies, let alone before all this happened. Okay, which pieces and part? So this is our plan. Thursday, we're going to go over all the different hunts, but I can tell you this one's already getting picked. Mike is going to be continuing his Beacon Star. I am going to pick my guy my my hunt. I'm gonna get married to one of them. I don't know who it is, and so I'm gonna try to pick one that I'm gonna dive into. And so what we're gonna do is a weekly show on this. Mike is going to continue his Beacon Star. He's going to decide whether he makes it more public, private, what they're going to do.
It
and
will
then,
be fun, Mark, for sure. And I hope when the new book comes out, we can do meetups. We can meet at Olive Garden. We can meet at Starbucks, and we can talk it out. And we can compare notes and that kind of stuff. I didn't think of a Facebook page just for Vegas Die. On Facebook, we've renamed the Grand Adventure to Cowlazars and Kpro's Grand Adventure. And that's where me and Kpro post everything. We post all the links to these videos. We post the treasure hunts we're working on. So I think we would just use that group, which is a free group for you guys to join if you want to. Yeah, Richard McKeever says, with age comes wisdom, also with experience. Yeah, that's for sure. I really think we would have found it 12 years ago. A little more wiser, a little more older than I was back then.
William saying, what's up with the hunt around the corner from your house?
Theodosia.
Oh, Theodosia. Yeah, so I worked on Theodosia. Let me go into that for a quick second because I've kind of opened Pandora's box here. I worked on Theodosia, I want to say maybe 5 months ago. I went boots on the ground a ton. I'm going to talk about that on Thursday. And then I said to everybody, hey, anybody that wants me to go boots on the ground, I kind of got stuck. I've gotten a ton of responses. I haven't responded to anybody because I just said to Mike, how do I pick? What do I do? Like you said, William, I need to figure this out. What does this mean? I thought it was one gem. I talked to Indy today and she's like, no, it's like 1,000 gems. Or 1,000 coins and a bunch of, I don't know. I just did.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Well, now you got to find it. You have limited time, but I expect you to find it before you leave.
I don't know if I have limited time, Michael. Okay. So I am only expecting to have a short amount of time though, a few weeks. So we just got to knock this one out. Just boom, knock it out. There is going to be a show on that on Thursday on Indy's channel. We're going to be going over our hunts. So I'll have to watch it back live or non-live. So Alex asked a good question. Let's go back to, so that's what's happening on Thursday. I am going to dive into it. Some people are really ready for us to get it solved. There's a couple of, like, you guys know, Carter and Bill, they want to get together. So several people do. Let's just knock it out in the next 2 weeks and we'll be done with this and divvy up the prize. So do you need 1.0? Is it necessary to solve the 2.0? I think the answer is no.
Necessary. Yeah, no, you can just get the new 2.0 book and just figure it out. But because it's the story is in 1.0, I think it would be helpful to know what changed between one book to the other, because he had to make changes.
Yeah, let's say there's
the piece of 8 is going to be in the library again.
Let's say there's 20 changes in this book, 25 changes. That it would be I think it's informational to know. It's almost like these are the subtle hints. We're going to make a lot of references, I'm sure, to Forrest Fenn. I think that's what I think. So I think it gives an advantage. I don't think it's necessarily necessary. Yep, old coins, pearls, and gems. My God.
Theodosia. Yeah. Awesome just to go through that.
Oh, and Cool Runnings wants to know, how long have you been working on Beacon Star? His book arrives tomorrow.
I've had the Beacon Star book for probably a year now, really working on it probably just in the last 3 or 4 months. And yeah, tomorrow, every Tuesday, I do a private Zoom where anybody can join if we just want to talk about things. Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, Mama Cowlazars is in the room. Yeah, I know, we're a family.
We believe, Cheryl, it will be the same story, but again, we don't know. We don't know what Stephen is going to change. I don't see how I know he didn't rewrite a totally brand new book, so
yeah,
we'll see.
I think it will be, but somebody, Kathy, I think said earlier, he has some red herrings in there, and that's going to be interesting. I don't like that. That makes me grumpy, but we'll be able to work through those. Logical Searcher, when is the NC meetup? I don't know. I'm hoping this weekend, but I'm ready to go before that. So let me get my bearings straight literally today. Virginia's close enough to me too, though. And I have been out on the secret hunt. Before I leave, I wouldn't mind taking my kids every day treasure hunting for a little bit. My son's a little down and out. He's gotten sick, but I'm totally down for kind of the will of the people. So here's what I ask everybody. Come on Thursday, because I'm going to ask you, which one do you guys want us to work on? Because we also want something that everybody, it doesn't have to be one that I deep dive into, but I'd like your guys' input on all of that.
So
Okay.
a couple questions. M3 honestly says, how can we join the Beacon Star Zoom? You email me at cowlazars@gmail.com, and then I will send you the Zoom invite. I'll put you on the list, in other words. Kathy says the clues aren't necessarily the only differences between 1.0 and 2.0. That's right. I'm sure he's going to throw red herrings in. I don't know what's going to change. We're all waiting for the new book to come out. And then Tom Henry says Vegas Die audio book is out there, but does that give you enough? Or are there a lot of illustrations and things to see inside the actual book? I know there was a napkin code at the end of the book. I know there was a playing card suits at the beginning of every chapter. That was a code. Everything else, I think, is text. I think those were the only two visual things. So it is possible, and I don't even know if those two things, the playing cards or that napkin code, are going to be in the new book. So if you're an audio book kind of person, if you could actually listen to the 6 hours or however long that is, yeah, go for it, for sure. I need to be able to see something, and just that's the way I take notes. It's just the way I do things. But I think the audio book, if you just want to know what the story was,
that's the way you're going to be. Yeah, no, it looks like it's all text. I don't know if you can see this. It's all text.
Yeah,
I don't know if the new one's going to be all text. So I don't know. So, okay.
Trying to think if we missed anything. Vegas Die 1.0, we have it available now. Vegas Die 2.0, you can pre-order it. We will have it in the middle of August sometime. As soon as I get them, I will ship them out. Yeah, $2,500 plus a percentage of sales. It should be pretty awesome. And just that pieces of 8 coin would be a pretty cool thing to have from 1680. And again, that's just, he may add some other things. We don't have details yet. This is all, he said in the middle of July, he will have everything listed on his website. So we will release that to everybody as soon as he does that.
Well, and you have to know, Stephen lives in Vegas. It's interesting because I called around to the bookstores about a month ago, and they were the used bookstores. And I'm like, yeah, do you guys have Vegas Die? And they're like, oh, Steve Grogan, local author. They know him. He's not an unknown in Vegas, and he met the mayor and all of that during the last go around of all this. And so just know he was really good at kind of moving and shaking and getting things going with the hunts. He did lots of extra fun things.
Hooley's got a question. What's the thing? Isn't it this Vegas Die November? I don't know if she means something else or not.
It's fall in November. What is the thing that launch is fall November? Holly, ask again in a different way. I'm not understanding. Okay, so the price for 1.0 is $25. That includes shipping. So if you don't need it shipped, if you're local to Vegas, you'll be $20. And then it's $25 plus shipping will be $5 for the 2.0. So you can get it on Barnes & Noble for $34.99 plus shipping. So we're about $10 discounted off of that. So
yeah, and it'll be fun. Let's have a big Vegas Die party. I mean, let's all have a big Vegas Die party with the 1.0 book. So throw the chase is over. Let's jump head first into something else. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
We'll go through the solution. I'll give you guys everything I had from the original book, and then we can all
and that's
the new book.
That's why when some people are like, wait, this doesn't start for a month. To get through the 1.0 plus the solution of the 1.0, which is not public information right now. The people the questers that had it from before, like Mike, have this kind of information. The rest of us don't. I don't know anything about this solution other than there's something in the back, etc. So that's what we're going to need to take the next month. The cool part is that's where everybody else is going to get the 2.0 book. We're going to have the 1.0 book. We're going to get the 2.0 book a couple weeks before everybody else. We'll work together for 14 days. Hopefully it's over before the book even hits the Barnes & Noble shelf.
Tom Henry says, will the 2.0 book that you are selling be signed? Is that an option? Yeah, I will talk to Stephen and have him sign all of them. Actually, why not? If you guys pre-order the book and want it signed, I will ask Stephen to sign those before he gives them to me.
But here's the question, Mike. Does he provide doodles?
Yeah. You know what? I should tell him you should make a doodle. Like there's another guy that used to do it.
Yeah, this one says like autograph sign. Let's see what he does.
I have my personalized autograph one that he signed.
Oh, here's what it says.
Years ago. Collector's item, everybody.
It says, enjoy, join the quest, Steve Grogan.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
He's just a good guy. I've met Steve a bunch of times. We had dinner with him a while ago.
Yeah.
Hooley says, sorry, the third book launches in fall. I don't know what third book you mean, Hooley. As far as Vegas Die, there's the original book from 12 years ago. There's this new book that comes out September 1, middle of August, and that's it for Vegas Die. I don't know what third book you mean. Maybe you do, Kpro. I don't know.
I don't. So can you ask one more different way?
Yeah. Right.
Lisa Smith says, do you know all the hints, clues, etc. that were in 1.0?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if we figured them all out. And hopefully, maybe if we work through it together, we could maybe figure something out that we didn't figure out back then. I don't know that he explained everything. That's a good question. As we go through it, we're gonna decide that together. It's
Okay,
just
people are asking
kind
for
of
Vegas Diopoly and they're asking for Copper Dan art. Not quite yet, guys. Just hold on.
That's hilarious. You know what I could do is probably just on Chaseopoly, just cross some stuff out and have Stevens. Nah, never mind. We just make our own. That's pretty funny.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, there's some really cool merchandising options, but right now, let's just get. I do believe that Steve Grogan's going to do a whole series, so this is going to be the beginning of him kind of reviving his whole hunts. But let's focus on this one. I think we have a lot in the next month. I mean, this is not a short book, guys. This
Cheryl
isn't a
already
fandic.
says Vegas die coins. I posed that to Steven. I said, you may want to make some kind of a collectible coin to give away or something. Will he? I don't know. I think he went a different way with the coin and he got the pieces of 8 coin, which I think is cooler. To have something from a shipwreck from 1680 is pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, if this is still, I bet you we're still looking for this at World Series of Fen.
Oh,
I bet you there'll be a little something.
We're gonna make Steven show up and he could like sell the book or talk to people or do
Yeah.
whatever. So yeah, World Series.
Or
of
maybe
Fen,
he gives
that's
maybe we could convince him to give an extra hint just exclusively
Exactly.
at the World Series of Fen, and we'll stream it live, or I don't know. This is one that we're going to have fun with. It's a prize pool enough. It's more than $2,500. So I think it'll be around the $10,000 mark at all end of the day, depending on when it goes. There could be dice, there could be things. I just think it's fun that we're going to dive into a new hunt. We're going to be able to do it now and together. And it's one that, this is going to be substantial enough. I'm going to be reading this, and I got to tell you, I am getting the kids into this one. So I don't know if it's
awesome
kid friendly, but I want their vantage point. This is where critical thinking comes in. It's going to be fun. World Series of Grogan. Oh, do we have to rename World Series of Fen to the World Series of Treasure Hunting or something? I don't know. We'll have to look at that.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Yeah,
we're excited. It's another treasure hunt we can jump right into. We have to wait a little bit, maybe 2 months for the new treasure hunt to start. But we have this original book that we can read to get caught up on it and be ready. So I'm excited. And then we have the Beacon Star too.
Did I buy the corrected book? I think you're talking about 2.0. I'm going to buy I have only had to get on PayPal one time ever in my life, and it was to buy these before I knew this guy named Mike Cowling. I don't do any of that. So Mike is going to order me a book. Yes. And then I bought a bunch of these in the last few weeks when I was in Vegas. I went around to
one at a used bookstore, right?
Yes.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
My daughter found it. And so that's going to be her book. So yeah, I think,
and here's the other thing. Because there are people who think this, well, Kpro, Mike, you're going to read it before we ever get it. So I will promise this: when I get all the books from Steven, one of those is for me and one's for Kpro. We will not read it until I ship them all out. And I'm going to try and ship them all out the same day. We're going to get them out in the mail the same day. It's
okay, guys.
You'll get yours 2 weeks down the road. No, I will get them out the same day.
But let's be clear. This one took 3 years and did not get solved. I don't believe it's something that's going to be solved in a day. I believe a couple weeks start is very, very cool. So I'm glad that Steven has partnered with us in that way. I don't think it's going to be solved in 2 weeks. I think it's going to take it's like Beacon Star or like Forest Fen Hunt. I don't think maybe months and months and months and months or years and years. I think he's going to try to make it that hard, and we're going to get him just like Forrest. We're going to get him. We're going to get that.
My money's on JBR Princess. We know how good she is at treasure hunts. My money's on her for this one.
Yeah. Ask Kathy for corrections. Okay, Holly, I don't know what that means, but that sounds very, very cool.
When you say okay, Kathy points out that there are 2 editions of Vegas Die 1.0, which I totally forgot about. Yeah, there was the original book, and then Steven did create a second edition or a second printing. I'm not sure what the right terminology is, and he actually has a page where he thanks questers, and I was one of them. MDC 777.
Oh, geez.
And there were some spelling errors and things corrected. You were right, Kathy, and I totally forgot about that. There are 2 versions of 1.0, you could say. I don't know which ones I have. I'm just going to randomly give them to people.
I need one of each, please.
When it comes to clues, does it matter, Kathy? Did he correct any of the clues in the second version? I totally forgot about that part. So that's a good point. And do I even have both books? I don't know. I'd have to check.
I'm looking at acknowledgements page and I don't see Mike Cowling on the acknowledgements page.
There was one just for questers. No, that wasn't that. It was.
Oh, wasn't that okay?
It was at the
Okay.
end. Of the book, the end
See,
of the
I didn't even know about this. This is why we need
and
the
I totally
Cathys and
forgot
the
about it.
Hollies and
Because it was 12 years ago. So
yeah. Okay. So we have, okay. So there are, okay. That's what they mean by 3 books. So there's like a 1.0, a 1.5 and a 2.0.
but when you've ordered it from me, you're just going to get what I give you. I can't do the which is this. I'm going to try and put 2 together. I'm just not going to do that, guys. If we have a 1.5 or 1.2 book, we will show it in the videos and try and explain. But I'm not going to try and say you get this one and you get that one. You get whichever one I grab is what you're going to get. Okay.
Okay. That's
because I totally forgot there were 2 versions.
I need a copy of each one of those. I'm just saying.
Noel says, wait, what? I don't think it matters for the clues. Kathy can weigh in. Did they correct any clues in the second edition of the first 1.0?
That's why I have 2 books. I don't think it is necessary to have both books to solve one.
Yeah, it was like a misspelled name. There were minor things that were corrected. And I don't even know if we knew what was
well,
correct.
let's make that equivalent to the Forest Fen hunt. I think some of the errors in the Forest Fen hunt is just errors and omissions on Forrest's part where he just screwed up. I don't think he put out a new one and corrected those. It sounds like the ones that didn't matter actually became, he corrected them in like a 1.5. It sounds like. I don't know though. I wasn't around for this. You guys are, I'm going to have to, that's why it would be cool to have like Kathy and Ramona on and you guys can reminisce about the good old days and I can just, sit back and listen and absorb like a sponge. Oh, she's going to go back through her notes. Very cool. Thank you.
I have 4. That's what I've currently got, but I've got a bunch more coming in the mail. So this is the one he personalized to me. If you guys can see that, that's my book. And then
now, is that the one that has a shout out to you?
So this is the set 2.1, whatever you want to call it. If you see a page that says Rise of the Questers in the back, that is the second printing of 1.0.
Rise of the Questers. I see that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have an original, you have both. I think we need to keep.
So this is what's in the back of the first printing. It just says questmystery.com.
No, it has both.
I don't see that in mine.
Okay, so the page before it.
Right.
And then the next page is Rise.
The original book did not have the Rise of the Questers page.
Right, got it.
Okay, yeah. So I have one of each, and what is this one? And okay, so I have 2 of the Rise of the Questers and 2 of the original. I'm just going to randomly pull it and send, guys. And I don't know how many people have ordered, but I do have a limited number. So once I get an idea of how many people are interested in buying, I'll let you guys know if we're out or not. It's possible we sold out.
Jill says,
we got to try and
I'll take them. Oh, he calls you MDC 777. He doesn't call you Mike.
Yeah, there was no Cowlazars back then. That was my nickname on that forum. So he used to have a website which is no longer around. Again, this was 12 years ago, guys. So I'm hoping we can use. Ramona says I don't even know where my book is. How many people probably got rid of the book when it was over? Like, I'll never.
Or it's sitting somewhere. Like we.
Little did we know, 12 years later, we're bringing it back. Chasing Indy says I don't know the value. I don't know value of what. Oh, the West Virginia cache. I got you. We don't know.
Maybe Ramona needs to buy another book.
You'll find it, Ramona. It's somewhere.
Yeah.
You'll find it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I just remember how much time we put into it. And we used to have a lot of fun. That's how I first heard about the Jingle Bell Rock. I remember there was a Quester meetup for Vegas Die, and people were like, do you know about the Jingle Bell Rock? And I'm like, no, I don't know what that is. And they're like, oh, the radio station hides this rock. And then it was probably not till like 5 years later that I actually started looking for the Jingle Bell Rock. I wish I would have done it way back then.
So Alex, that's a good question. He says, what kind of solves are in the 1.0? It looks to me this, and Mike, tell me, I'm talking layman's here. There's a lot of words, but there's 3 things. There are these all throughout. There's different, this is a code. It looks like
playing suit code that does give a message. There is
then there is what they call the napkin code
at the back of the book.
And then a map.
And then the rest was just all in the text of the book. And that's what we're going to do over the next coming weeks is show you guys what we believe was a clue. And you guys can decide for yourself. Could you have put it together that it was in the library?
But let's go back to the question. So what kind of solve? So I believe, this is my guess, is there was a couple of like little codes and things, but it is very based on the story. And Mike, did you need to know about Vegas history to get some of these connections?
No, I know he references street names, or he'll take a thing that actually happened in Vegas history and twist it a little bit. So he's, the names are changed to protect the innocent and all that stuff. or the not so innocent. We're talking about mobsters. So he takes things, in my opinion, that are based on Vegas history, but he changes it a little. But you don't need to know what the original history was. No, it's not those kind of clues, unless I missed something. But
It's
then again, I
Clue.
didn't find it.
Mike Cowling in the library with a knife.
Oh, it's Vegas Die Clue Edition. That's a new board game we got to
Oh,
do.
we always tried to convince Forrest to do the Clue. Maybe this
wanted
one we
to
can
do
do the
Clue.
Clue. That could be fun.
Instead of Monopoly, but he said, nope, I played Monopoly as a kid. That's the game. So that's
Richard Bertram said, I want the book with all the hints in it. Out of the 1.0 and 2.0.
No, I guess that's true. I do have 2 of each, and they are the originals. Yeah. So
You're
there's
not giving
one-
up the one that's to you.
Yeah, the one is for mine. I'm keeping that one. That's my original that he's personalized to me. The other 3 are going to go along with the 20-something books that I have coming in the mail. So it's 20-something books. It's
No,
fun
I think we
because-
need to keep one, because if somebody writes us and says, is there a difference between, I'm going to call it 1.0, 1.5,
keep-
and 2.0. I
Gotcha.
think we should keep one of the, and you know what? When I get to Vegas, we don't need to keep one of each of ours.
We just keep one. Yeah, that's true. Okay. But once
Oh.
we hit our limit, I will let you guys know that, hey, there are no more available until we find them. They're out there. We just got to find them, everybody.
Yeah, and this is the reason I wanted to really answer that question. JBR said, perfect. I hope the 2.0 is like that. I'm not a decoder like Cal. No one is, and no one enjoys it. It is not enjoyable to me. And this is why I really like Beacon Star, because I think the story is so cool, but it's so cipher based. Copper Dan and I talked about this. I don't enjoy the significantly cipher based. I like some puzzles that you can look at and go, okay, that's kind of cool, and this and that. I do not like the ones that it's so cipher heavy, and every 3rd letter and every 6th letter, and jump this and do that and put it in a Beal whatever and do the no, that's not that. And I know stats. It reminds me of stats, and that's not my favorite thing to do. So there you have it.
All I'll say is a coder cipher is very fun when you crack it and you have the solution. The
Okay, we have
feeling
another-
of accomplishment makes it worthwhile.
So we have a pre-order. They asked where to email. It's Cowlazars or
Yeah.
Cowlazars, COWLAZARS
And
at
I will keep
gmail.
track because that's what I
.com.
do.
Yeah.
No, you
Joel
will
said-
get one of the 2 books. I can't guarantee you which one you will get, a 1.0 or a 1.5. Again, there were just minor things that were corrected, and he added an acknowledgement page. It does not matter when it comes to clues. But when we do these videos, we will point out the differences if we know what they are. It does not matter which book you have, in my opinion, at all.
Okay. Captain says, hey, anybody seen Sassy lately? She sent me an email today. We're gonna she wants to talk about Theodosia, like so many of you want to talk about Theodosia. So yes, she's still around. Chris Lafrida is releasing videos. Yes. Mike, check your email if you haven't. He sent us an email about that. Let's see. So we're going to call it 1.0, 1.5, and 2.0. Oh, and she was in Priddle Mondays, Holy says. So yes, Sassy is definitely around. I think it's even taken her back how many crazies are in the Force Fen hunt. So, and at this time I will, well, I'll talk about that once. Oh, wow. We're already over an hour, Mike.
Yeah, we were wondering if we'd fill
What
an
are you
hour.
doing?
Guess
What are
what?
you doing?
And make sure for 2.0, for Vegas Die 2.0, that we will have in the middle of August. Get the orders in, because that way I know how many to order from Steven. You know what I mean? Do I need 5 or do I need 500? So if you guys plan on buying it, maybe you're not able to send the money, just email me, give me a heads up and say, I want it. You know, I will get it to you by then, that type thing. So I have an idea of the interest. That's all. Are you planning another interview with Forrest Fenn soon? Maybe on Zoom? Yeah, no. We've never
Mike,
talked to
don't-
Forrest on Zoom. No, I'm talking about myself personally. I'm not. Maybe Kpro is. I'm not, because she doesn't fill me in on anything. So no, I'm not personally. I'm focused on Vegas Die and Beacon Star. Those are my 2. Kpro still has to pick her treasure hunt, and maybe it'll still be the thrill of the chase. I don't know. We'll see.
It's on the list.
Is there anything else I need to buy to get ready for this hunt? Thank you for the super chat, Noel. No, all you need is the book. All you need is the new book, which you can pre-order from us and we will get it to you. Having the original book, I think, will help with the new book. But again, that's yet to be seen because we don't know how the new book is going to be. And I think
You
Stephen
need
might
this
have
one
some
right now.
prizes in store for us. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, and I didn't even think of this, but let's say you decide not to buy the 1.0 book, but you kind of want to watch us as we're discussing it over the next month and just buy
Right.
2.0. You definitely could do that. I know that these books are also in the local libraries, so you could go and just check one out if you want to.
I wonder if it's at the Clark County Library. I never even thought of that. If it's at the Clark County Public Library where the dagger was.
Well,
I wonder
and
if
here's
this book
something
is there.
else,
It'd be funny.
and I've already told Stephen, and I asked him if this would be breaking the rules. Stephen is a donor to UNLV. Part of his donation was all the stuff for 1.0, and he was in the gaming industry and everything. So I'm going to go into his archive once UNLV opens up and just show video of it. And there's not going to be any clues there, but it just gets to know the originator.
And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to the library and I'm going to look up the stupid art book that the bookmark was in. So I'm actually going to go look to where this thing was back then. When we get to that point, I'll make a video and show you guys. So
okay.
yeah, and this starts August. So September, October, November, when things start to get cold, and then it goes right into the Jingle Bell Rock. I mean, it'd be awesome to have 2 hunts going on at Vegas at the same time.
Yeah. Zozo Rock says A Books has a second printing signed the same way as Kpro's $15. Go ahead and click on it and see if they actually are there. There's a lot of these book publisher or book resellers.
Yeah.
They put it on eBay, A Books, and Amazon. And when you click on one of them, it doesn't update the other two. So it actually isn't there. But if you can get it in any which way, you don't have to buy it from us. We just tried to get enough to get a sustained group going pretty quickly. So
I think so, Lisa Smith. She asks, is 2.0 the same storyline with changes here and there? Yes, that's what I believe.
that's how I understand.
I do not know for sure because I don't know what's going to be in 2.0. To answer your question, what'll happen is if you order this book on Amazon for, let's say, $12, they'll take the money, and then 2 days later you'll get an email that says, we apologize, this book's no longer in stock, and they give you your money back. Happened to me just this week a couple times. I don't know why they would show it when it's not in stock, but they do. So just so you know, but if you can find anywhere cheaper, get it. Definitely get it.
Yeah.
Don't steal it from the library. You can check it out from the library. Don't steal it. From the library.
No one would ever think of that. What are you talking about, Mike Cowlazars?
This is going to be fun. Remember, hintofriches.com. Hintofriches.com is where we're going to do the forum for this. When you guys get the books, you can start kicking around ideas and that kind of fun stuff. We will post
Amazon had
updates.
10 books and now they only have 2. Great. If this helps with those book sales, we'll have some. Just get the book. We're going to walk through it. This will be the fun part. And again, if you trust Mike, I mean, he's kind of, but if you trust Mike, he could go out and explore. He's kind of, but here's the cool part. Ooh, I just came up with an idea. This might be something when and if we're in Vegas again, maybe the person you trust is little Cowlazars or little Sam Lazars or Kpro, and we go out as a family and we explore for you and we do some video or something. I don't know.
Like
this is
on the ground treasure hunt. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And I just wonder where in Vegas, like, is it in a park? Is it at Red Rock? We don't have no idea what the new clues are going to be. That's going to be
on
the
the
exciting
strip.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be the exciting part for sure.
Trust Mike. Don't trust Mike.
Nah, I will get you
some
the book.
people are
Trust that.
Well, I can tell you, so I will talk for a second about trust. Some people are questioning some of these new hunts. I know that Treasure Man H has been questioned because he has this multi-million-dollar hunt. How do we know it's the case, et cetera, especially after how the Forest Fen hunt ended so badly, and some people trusted Forest and now they don't, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Here's what I say to that. You have to do your investigation. I have some questions. I have interviewed H twice now. He seems very genuine to me, but there are some questions that I have and some things that I go, do I want to jump back into a hunt that maybe like H does say he corresponds with searchers? I don't know if I would jump back into a hunt that is high stakes, that's going to bring the crazies and all of that. It's okay to question. It's not okay to say scam artist, fraud, this and that. It is okay to say, what do you think of this? Or, what do you think of that? We'll give you our honest opinion. How do you know that Mike Cowlazars isn't going to take your idea and go and steal it and go and steal this coin that he's going to find? You don't. and that's what you have to worry about in treasure hunting. Everybody needs to be a skeptic because, again, there's only one winner unless there's a deal or whatever.
And
So
I forgot all about Cynthia coming to Vegas. She's going to be all over this as well. This could be the replacement for that hole in her heart for the thrill of the chase.
And you know what? Her house sold. She's like on her. I think she'll beat me there. I think she's going to beat me there.
So I think we definitely need a Vegas die searcher meetup at some point
Margaritas.
before September 1.
The drink of choice. There better be a margarita in this book, Stephen.
Right.
I'm just saying that could help things.
And,
we could have a poker night. You need a poker table.
I'm trying to think if there's poker in this book. I don't think there is poker in the book. But anyway, yeah, it'll be a lot of fun, guys. So it's just a new treasure hunt. We wanted to get the word out. Thank you to Stephen Grogan for letting us be the first to have the world. Well, hang on. I didn't even play it. Because Vegas Die 2.0 is breaking news. This is the first that anybody has heard of it right here on the Hint of Riches channel. Make sure you guys subscribe. Order the book if you're into it, and we will get it to you as soon as I get them. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to run out of the 1.0 books, and then from there we just have to find more. When I find more, I'll let you guys know. If somebody sends money and I'm like, oh, I'm out, well, of course I'll give you your money back. Or you could just use that money for 2.0. It's up to you, though. I will contact you if for some reason we run out.
Marvel Mom, I think we need to start. I'm saying when someone may get to Vegas, we have a big enough room, and you still need to do a tour of the house. I think we have a big enough room downstairs that I think a poker table for 10 fits nicely.
That could be a lot of fun.
Just
got to get Stephen Grogan over here and get him drunk. That's all.
Like Randy. We also need to
Randy, the Beacon Star, right? Okay, guys. The Vegas Die Beacon Star. I hope Kpro goes and finds Theodosia in the next 2 weeks. That's what I'm betting on. And if you do, just record all of it so we can put it in a video for sure. That would be really fun to find. Yeah. Okay, Vegas Die 1.0, Vegas Die 2.0, everybody. I don't think Texas Dolly does, Tony Rusi. Although I hear that.
What does that even mean?
The Bellagio Poker Room. Texas Dolly is, what's his name? The famous poker player. Brunson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Brunson. I believe. At least that's what I was
Brunson.
thinking.
Okay.
Brunson.
Lori, what did Dale say? Dale just posted. What was posted?
Breaking news.
Okay.
Let me bring it up.
Everyone go to Dale's site real quick.
Hang on. Because you guys understand, we're all about the treasure hunting amusement park. And when we make a video, there's other rides going on. We may have to move over to the other rides. He just posted where? I don't see anything.
Go over to the right. Hold on a second. I'm going out of
Treasure Hunt has been found part 5, I see.
Yeah, lots of people have been having a hard time navigating. So go over to the right and you can
posted.
Listen, Mike.
I'm looking.
Over to the right. It'll say latest post and it'll say whether it's Dale's or not. Oh, his site is now hung up. Everybody's going. Do you see over on the right?
Under the most recent, there it is. Now I see it. So he posted on the treasure test has been found part 5. Oh, and what he posted was this page is now closed to new comments. To continue the discussion, please use the latest chest found page. So that's all. He's dividing them up so they're not so.
Oh, that can't be what she was talking about. What are you talking about?
At 7:11 p.m.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't think is that what you mean? What was it, Lori? Is that the breaking?
Yeah, he only posted the new page. That's what I see anyway.
Okay. Let's see. Kpro. Masquerade poker dressed as hidden treasure characters. Lisa, I will tell you there's going to be some exciting stuff coming up probably this next year. This will be the exciting one. I don't know what will happen in there, but Mike and I have something in store. Some of you have already started sending stuff for it. We're not ready yet to get at that point, and I kind of want to see how some of these smaller hunts roll out, but we are going to do a hunt of our own. But like Mike and I do, we do everything in style, so it's getting prepared at this point.
Captain Marvel says, Kpro, any idea what Toby and Shelley's new show will be discussing? Any idea? That's this Wednesday, right?
Yes. No, well, let's see.
I don't know, so I'm not going to say because I don't know. No, I don't know what they're.
I don't know.
I have a.
I don't know. No.
Guess, but
I don't know. No.
For sure, I don't know.
Oh my God.
They have options. They're looking at their options. That's all.
Do you think Forrest Fenn understands that the families of the 5 men that died at least need closure on the location? Jingo Bingo, I think more than I hope Forrest Fenn. No, I don't think Forrest Fenn understands that. No, but not only the 5, I think there are thousands of others. So I think more than the 5. And I only say that based on the actions up to this point. I think there could be a very easy rectifying of the panic that everyone's in. I'm not saying that they should be panicking, but if you see that, you could very easily rectify it, not with here is the solve, but some additional information that I think a lot of treasure hunters are really disappointed. The good part is it can be rectified pretty quickly. But right now, the hunt and how the legacy is going to be known if it continues this way, it's really sad. I actually think something will come out eventually that hopefully the reputation long term is not tarnished. But right now, I think the community is pretty negative, and I think the press are pretty negative.
Is Jay Minnesota in the chat? I don't think she is because I haven't seen her post. I had a new drop all for her. Oh well.
Well, Holy says something. The community will never be satisfied. I disagree. I've said this to many searchers. I put searchers in 4 buckets. I put the crazy dangerous people, like 7% crazy, the very eclectic kind of odd ducks, the average normal searcher, and then the advocates. Right now, all 4 groups, except for maybe 1 or 2 outliers, all 4 groups are unhappy with how this ending is happening. I consider Cynthia, Dale, Mike, myself, all supporters of Forrest Fenn and the treasure hunts. All 4 of us are not satisfied at this point, and I put us in that 4th bucket. So all 4 of the buckets are unhappy. I believe if Forrest Fenn put out just some small additional information, at least 2 of the buckets, and that's a majority of the searchers, would be pretty satisfied and move on in a very positive and healthy way. That, for whatever reason, has not happened. And I think lurkers are in all of those buckets, Tom. I think there's huge advocates that are supporters. I think there are lurkers that are crazies. So that's just my opinion. Forrest, there's maybe a reason, and that's why I'm going to hang on for a little while longer, just like Mike has said. But when you openly have, like Dale and Cynthia have both been on record in interviews saying how unhappy they are, can you think of any bigger supporters than those 2? And they are now quoted forevermore in these interviews of this is a terrible way to end it. This is not right. This is, and you can go and see their quotes, but
I've said in the past, I'm waiting till July 4 weekend because that would be roughly 30 days. So I'm going to reserve any comments until July 4 weekend, but I'll have something to say after that for sure.
Yeah.
Either whether there's been a statement or not statement, solution, no solution, whatever.
Oh, Indy's a secret millionaire. There's number 17. So if she's saying she has don't go crazy on me, Indy. Don't become one of the there are 16 people that have said that they now have the treasure. And actually, some people asked about the documentary. The documentary has taken some huge interest because of how this maybe. I won't say maybe that's the reason because that's not right. But there's additional interest now with the different groups because there's lots of storylines that have developed. Okay, it changed from a few days to the coming days, meaning it could be at least 30 days, just needs time. Okay, yeah. And Mike and I are willing to garbage millionaire woman. We're willing to give that little bit of time. I'm not going as negative, and I won't go negative. I'll just be disappointed, and I will try to articulate it in a appropriate way. But I've already tried that. Yeah. Well said from your heart. Hope he does the right thing ASAP before he dies. I'm actually. I'm not concerned. I don't think the issue is him dying, Jingo. I think there are some people extremely distraught. I have spent, especially when I had limited time in Vegas, I spent many, many hours with searchers. I don't think Forrest understood how much this was going to be important in people's lives to beyond a hobby. So yeah, I think he'll live for years and years. I hope, at least. I don't think this was because he was ill or anything. I just think he could easily rectify this with not giving information that would make issues for years to come. Just explain what's happening. more than I'll be back. That's my opinion. But if he doesn't want to do that, I trust him enough to say, let's sit tight and wait to see what happens. But I do have to say it is very fair. I think one of the first questions we asked H, so are you going to disclose when, well, I talked to Toby. I said, Toby, you need to specifically state, are you going to put out the information when there's a finder? And he's like, yes, I am. People don't want to get back involved in this if this is the kind of ending they're going to get. So Forrest, I think, really has done a good job in setting ground rules for the next treasure hunts, because of, anybody who's kind of that maverick that does something for the first time, they err. And I think he's erred. And those errors now become good lessons learned for the next Forest Fen, if you will. So anyway, there's I got all my
Joel Garcia, he says, so about this new treasure hunt, LOL.
Exactly.
And I could say this.
In the mouth, I'm Neil Diamond.
This was for Jay, Minnesota. All right, Jeff, let me play it again.
I'll smack you in the mouth, I'm Neil Diamond.
If you guys don't know, she thought there were subtle hints in The Thrill of the Chase pointing to Mr. Neil Diamond. So I happened to come across that today, and I said, I got to play that. So anyway, all right. Proxy items are great. You get contacted immediately when it's found.
Yep. And I think that
I see what he's saying. If there was a proxy item, you have to contact to get what it is. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, and I don't know if AGK has put this out, and if they haven't, sorry, Toby, they're switching to a proxy exactly for that reason, and for some legal reasons. They're not going to put the big treasure chest out anymore.
Oh, for their treasure hunt. Oh.
Yeah, because of all of the issues. Again, Forrest Fen, the Maverick, his errors become, Toby's way to shine with a new and improved hunt. He doesn't have the prize purse. Maybe he will one day. So it's a different time now. There you have
Okay, everybody, there it is. I think we've had about 15 people pre-order the book so far.
Ooh.
So that's awesome.
We are going to run out.
I will give everybody a heads up as soon as I get it. Let you know that, it's in the mail for you. Chaseopolis, we had a lot of people order Chaseopoly. I got to get those out in the mail as well. I'm going to work on that all week and this weekend. And thanks everybody. Treasure Hunting Amusement Park is open. We got a lot of rides. Those are the treasure hunts, if you don't get the analogy. And we're going to go live on Mondays and Thursdays. This Thursday, maybe we talk about Vegas Die. Maybe we talk about Beacon Star. Maybe we watch Kpro talk about Theodosia. I don't know. Or go find Theodosia.
What do you mean you don't know? You know what? You have to turn on your listening ears. Listening ears.
Then let them know. What is Thursday's show going to
be?
The
spreadsheet that I sent you that goes over all the different hunts.
And I'm telling you, I did not get that email. So this Thursday, we were going to talk about the Treasure Hunting Amusement Park and all the different treasure hunts that are out there. So tune in Thursday. That's on the Cowlazars channel. Make sure you guys subscribe and thumbs up. We do appreciate super chats. And yeah, we're excited for Vegas Die. It's a reimagining of an old treasure hunt into a new one. And I think it's a really cool idea. And we're glad to be a part of it. And we're definitely going to look for it and find it.
Wait a minute. You are assuming them to be errors, Rusty. They're absolutely errors, in my opinion. And I guess you have to rethink your friendship. No, you don't rethink friendships just because nobody's perfect out there, guys. And I think that's the difference. I don't see Forrest as a god. I see Forrest as a human being that errs at times and could have done things a little different or better. He's doing this in a vacuum. How do we pre-order 2.0? Do we send $25 to your email? Alex asks. What's your answer, Cowlazars?
You send $30 because that covers the shipping. So there is the PayPal account in the chat. 2.0, $30 to that PayPal account. Make sure you email me and say I paid. Here's the verification and the address you want it shipped to. Okay.
Okay. Larry Sis says Kpro is dating the searches, and Mike looks at it like a carnival. I think that's hilarious.
Treasure Hunting Amusement Park. Come on.
Yeah.
Love it. We all want to ride that ride. And the biggest one, the big roller coaster got shut down, everybody. That's the thrill.
Big roller coaster. Shut down.
A lot of other
shut down. And there's a big sign on it that says shut down forever. Like it's not just out of order, come back in a couple days. Well, it's out of order forever.
We'll come up with the analogy for Thursday. But yeah. Okay, everybody.
Oh, nice.
Anything else, or should we wrap it up?
No.
Okay.
That's it.
We appreciate it, everybody. We will be live on Thursday, 6 p.m., same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you to Stephen Grogan for letting us roll this out to everybody. And yeah, let's get together and solve one of these. We will see you next time.